Zekeriyyah alayhi salam was the uncle of Meryem, salamun alayha, and he was responsible for her upbringing. So Allah describes that He raised her. It's such beautiful language because when He talked about raising her, He used the word ambata. And ambata is used in Arabic when you cultivate a plant, when you grow a tree or you take care of a farm. That's imbat, to help something sprout, to help something grow. So He helped her grow. He allowed her to mature. This is ambata. Obviously that is transitive because He is maturing her. He is raising her. You with me? Right? So He raised her. Now if this was totally Him, He totally raised her beautifully. Ambataha imbatan hasanan would have been the language. Ambataha imbatan hasanan would have meant that He completely and absolutely raised her in the most beautiful way. The Arab way of saying it would be He raised her a raising. Right? But He didn't say it. The first part is transitive because it's Him affecting her. The emphasizer is intransitive, is all about her, with no relation to Him. The ayah says, Ambataha nabatan hasanan. He raised her a beautiful growing. Not raising, but growing. And when you say a plant grows, you're giving it credit. When you say, I grow a plant, you're giving me credit. The first part of the ayah, He raised her, gives Him credit. The second part of the ayah, a beautiful growing, instead of a beautiful raising, gives her credit. So Allah is saying that it's not enough that you provide a wonderful environment, a nurturing, caring environment. You take care of someone, you give them the right education. Like for example, a farmer who says, I should give the soil plenty of water, I should take care of the soil, I should make sure it's soft, I should make sure it gets a lot of sun, I should remove all insects and weeds and things like that from it, I should do as much as I can. The farmer can do as much as he can. If the seed itself is defective, you could have all the environment, it won't happen. I mean, think of the wives of Nuh and Lut. It's the most beautiful environment. You're the spouse of a prophet. You can't get a better environment. There's something inherently wrong with you though. So you cannot take advantage of the environment. Look at the uncle of the Prophet himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, next door neighbor, Abu Lahab. You can't get a more beautiful environment than that. What would be willing to do to be next door neighbors to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? You're like, how do you get that close and not take advantage? There's something inherently wrong with you. So now we're learning that there are two parts to people coming out right. There's outside factors and there are inside factors. In the case of Meryem, you could provide the best environment, but that wouldn't be enough. She would have to have the nurturing, like the desire to want to grow and the inherent goodness herself for this to work. And so Allah highlighted her awesomeness and His awesomeness together. The best environment and the best child at the same time. SubhanAllah. Both of them come together. So, and of course, I share these things with you because this is just almost impossible to capture in translation, right? So, Shaitan totally wants to misguide them. Focus on him entirely. Focus on Allah entirely. Or, He raised her beautifully. That's all it's going to say. What more are you going to get? You're going to miss this amazing wisdom of the Qur'an that you can only appreciate when you go from lazim to muta'addi, intransitive to transitive, when you understand the emphasizer and the role of the emphasizer. God, this stuff is so cool, man. The only challenge is, this stuff is so technical and so grammatical. I mean, you might have found that this was really technical. I don't know. I hope I made this somewhat easy to understand. Watch it a couple of times, I think you get it, right? But the challenge is that you have to study like years of grammar before they discuss this juicy stuff. So I want to save you guys some years, show you the juicy stuff, and here's my intention. My intention is you become so curious about what other treasures are lying in the Qur'an, buried under its Arabic, that you want to learn Arabic so you can explore these treasures yourself. And so you can directly be amazed by this book. May Allah Azza wa Jal make all of us continually amazed by the Qur'an. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.